In this video, you will discover the 5 attitudes that high-quality men adore about women. Hi, I'm Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man Method. And look, make sure you stay till the end of this video because I have a special surprise and gifts for you that help you out with this a ton. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 5, be in your little girl, or shall I say be in her little girl, right? So hold on, so what does that mean? Now, what happens here is we have different energies inside of ourselves, right? We have like a wilder energy, a passionate energy, like a working energy, just getting things done, right? And we also have a very playful and feminine energy, and that is the little girl, right? So that's what I mean when I say be in your little girl. Now, what are some of the attributes of the little girl, right? So think about it this way. Well, first of all, go to a playground and see what little girls do, right? So they twirl, they have fun, they're spontaneous, right? They discover the world, they are in the moment. So in other words, when they have a conversation with someone else, right? Like they don't have an agenda, right? They actually like lean into the moment, right? They're sort of like almost taking in the fullness of this moment and reach you on so many different levels, but they don't have an agenda, right? They're also silly, right? So they're not like, so, okay, I need to look this way and I need to be more this way, right? I need to fit in. No, a little girl is just super silly, like super ridiculous. And it's also like very spontaneous, right? So she doesn't plan things out as goes along again with the agenda, but instead it's actually like spontaneous, like, hey, let's go here. Hey, let's grab some ice cream. Hey, what do you think about going to this movie, right? Just super spontaneous, okay? So be in your little girl. Number 4, of course, doesn't come to any surprise, which is confidence, being in your own essence unapologetically. Now, confidence, when you look also in the dictionary, is really describing the ability to deal with challenges that come your way, knowing that you can deal with anything that comes your way, knowing that you have all the resources inside of yourself, which automatically makes you what? Self-focused, right? Versus other-focused. Because if I believe I have all the resources inside of myself, then I don't have to reach out and to get sort of the attention or the resources from someone else, right? So I'm not going to become like codependent or anything anxious around that, but rather I'm resting securely inside of myself because I know I can handle it. I can deal with whatever emotional breakdown, for example, comes my way, right? I can deal with if there is a sadness. I can deal with if there is rejection. I can deal with if there is disappointment. I have enough cushions to bounce back from. That's confidence and highly adored by men. Number 3 is appreciation. So the thing is, okay, so this is like, and I keep saying this, right? Until it comes out of your ears, because I see it over and over and over again, even with my women in the program. It is really important to build your man up. If you put your man down all the time, if you emasculate him, if you take the lead, if you take away the purpose that why is he actually in your life, then guess what? Like he's actually not gonna stick around, right? He's not gonna adore you any longer because he doesn't feel appreciated himself, right? He doesn't feel like, well, it was worth the chase. But if you actually find incredible ways and authentically and genuinely to appreciate him, right? And to really say, hey, you know what? It just really meant a lot to me. Look, I've been married for 6.5 years and I appreciate my man every day. I'm just like, thank you so much for making green juice, right? Like, thank you so much for making the bed, or thank you so much for taking out the trash, or thank you so much for coming up with this great idea to go on this incredible hike. I love when you come up with those spontaneous ideas, right? And what does he do? He beams, right? He's like, oh my gosh, my woman loves me. Like I won, right? So why not and how not set up your man for success? And ideally this should come pretty natural, right? So it's pretty natural to appreciate, right? Because my husband does it with me too, so why would you not also do it in turn as well. And I guarantee you, and if you're like, Antia, well, I can't find anything about this guy, I guarantee you, if we get on the phone together later on the video, right, we will find something that you can appreciate about this man. It can be so subtle and so simple. Give it a try. Number 2 is curiosity. Now that goes a little bit with the little girl, right? And curiosity is really inviting to expand our worldview, right? What's behind the scene? What's behind the facade? What's behind all the assumptions, right? So again, you want to cause a state change in your man. So when you're curious and you're like, well, I'm curious, if you were an animal, what would you be and why? Or, I'm curious, if you were a country, what would you be and why, right? So now he's thinking so differently and he's like, wow, I never thought about this before. Okay, by the way, those are the best questions that you can ask. When a man is saying, wow, I've never thought about this before, girlfriend, you hit the jackpot, right? Because it's really about like him also discovering something new about himself, right? So, and then also him, of course, being curious about you, discovering something about yourself. So what I love about this is, right, we have sort of this predictable life, right? And this is how a date is going to go. And this is the kind of questions that you're going to ask. But instead, if you just throw in some curious questions, right? Hey, if you were a kitchen utensil, what would you be and why? By the way, while we're at it, what language would you speak, right? Would you be a cooking spoon and you would speak français? Parlez-vous français? Right? Or, it just like have so much fun. You're going to learn so much about this man because what happens is we become so used to presenting ourselves in a certain way unconsciously. We don't even do this consciously. So when we ask those deeper questions and we're much more curious, we actually give the other person a chance to discover things about themselves and to also present themselves in a different way, right? To get out of this automatic pilot and come into the present and so many times fun-filled moment. And lastly, number 1, women who put the man in their place, right? Women who can hold their own in the relationship. Now I say it over and over again. It's so important. It's important to be liked and respected. Your man will test you. Okay, that's just natural. That's what a man does, right? But are you going to be able to put him into his place, right? Like even my husband, he tests me. He tested me, he's still testing me. Okay. And it's like, okay, I'm not okay with this, right? Or no, I don't think we should do that. Like I think, there's like a better way of doing this, right? Or, there's a better way of talking about this particular subject or whatever the case may be. So it's really, really important for you to put him into his place because he actually knows that he has a place and he tries to kind of navigate himself out of it because it's sort of like, it's like a little boy, right? Like, what can I get away with? Can I steal the cookie from the cookie jar? Is she going to notice? Is she going to say anything? But he wants to be a better man, right? This is why he ends up adoring you and chasing you because you help him to be a better man. You help him to step into higher standards of living. If you like this video, here is what's next. Number 1, share and like this video. And of course, leave me a comment below as well. Which one was one of your favorites from this video? Number 2, watch our playlist course on how to make a quality man fall in love with you. And finally, number 3, take my personalized Magnetize Your Man quiz where you get your dating strategy from me and some bonus gifts at the end as well by clicking that link below or going to magnetizeyourman.com. Ladies, this is it for today. Much love to you. I'll talk to you soon.